to measure in your window for your cafe curtain, right? Now, as I mentioned before, you generally put your cafe curtain just about halfway up the window. However, sometimes you may have a window. However, you may have a window that has mullions and muntins. Now, mullions are the architectural details. Sometimes they're just aesthetic. Sometimes they really do help to hold the panes of the glass in place in the window. But the mullions, mullions, are the ones that are vertical. The muntins, muntins, are the ones that are horizontal. Now, a way to remember your mullions is to know that mullions is mullions. A way to remember that the mullions are vertical is just to remember the two L's. They come up and down, right? Up and down. Up and down. These are your mullions. And then the ones across are the muntins. Okay? Now, the point is, if you have a window with muntins and halfway up your window fall just below the muntin, I would suggest that you ditch halfway up the window and put it directly over the muntin. And that is because you don't want a double line, right? So if you put your rod here and you look from the outside, you're going to see your rod going across, and then you're going to see your muntin going across on top of the rod. It's not going to look good. So I would suggest go ahead and mount your rod just directly over the area where the muntin is. Right? Now, the first thing I suggest that you do before you start measuring up is mount your rod where you want your cafe curtain to be. So, for example, if you want your cafe curtain to be here, which is halfway up your window, this window is 5 feet 0 inches. That's 60 inches high. It means then that here you have 30 inches from the, now the 30 inches will depend on whether or not we are going to mount the cafe curtain on the inside of the frame or the outside of the frame. Now, if you're mounting it on the outside of the frame, then the best look will be to take it all the way down to the apron. And so you will have to measure from point A here to point B here. So your 30 inches may take you to the sill, but you have to keep measuring all the way down to the bottom. So take, for example, this adds another 6 inches to the 30. So we will have 36 inches, right? So the area that we will cover will be 36 inches. Now, off the frame, we established that we want to hang the curtain outside of the window frame. That's point A. We're going to hang, it could be 4 inches off the frame, 2 inches off the frame. You decide. Let's say this is 2 inches. Then over here should also be 2 inches of the frame, right? Now the width of our window is 48 inches. So we'll take the 48 inches, that's frame to frame, right? We'll take the 48 inches, that's our width, and we will add 2 plus 2, that's 4. So we'll add 4 inches That's 52 inches. Now this 52 inches will be your finished width, FW, your finished width. So that's the finished width of your cafe curtain. Now the length here would be 36 inches. So that is the finished length. So your finished width is 52 inches, your finished length is 36 inches. Now we have these two measurements. Let's go ahead and calculate our fabric. Let's take the finished width, 52 inches. Now generally, a cafe curtain doesn't have as much fullness as a regular curtain, and so you can go up to 2 times or 1.5 times your finished width, which 2 times your finished width, I'm going to do the 2 times, right? You can do 1.5, but I'm going to do the 2 times. So your 2 times your finished width would be 2 times 52 inches. 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10. That's 104 inches. However, we also need to add increments for our side hems. Our side hems is usually a double hem, right? Now, if your window is small, you can get away with a 1-inch double side hem, and I would suggest doing a 1-inch double side hems. You don't want to have huge hems on a small window, right? But if you have a window that's on the bigger side, then by all means go ahead and do your 2-inch double hem. So if you're going to have a 2-inch double hem on the one side, it means that you fold once and you fold again. So that's 4 inches. So we'll add 4 inches, that's 108, plus another 4 inches for the other side. Because as I mentioned before, cafe curtains are usually just one piece, not 2 pieces. So we only have 2 side hems. So that's plus another 4. That's 112 inches. Now you can get double width fabric that you can buy at 118 inches or so across. However, if you can't get double width fabric and you have to use like a 54-inch fabric, which is the most common one I've come across, then what we'll have to do is take this 112 and we divide that by 54. I'll show you what to do if you can get the double width fabric, right? But for now, let's just look at the 54-inch fabric. Now what we're trying to do here, I'm looking around for a calculator. Like what we're trying to do here is to establish how many widths of the 54-inch fabric we will need. That means how many pieces that we will need to go across the window. So it's 112 divided by 54. We know that it's 2 4s are 8, 2 5s are 10. So that's 0.4. So it's gonna be 2.4 widths of the 54-inch fabric. However, widths come in full widths. We buy them in full widths, right? We buy fabric in full widths. So we cannot take that 0.4 off. We have to say we need 3 widths of that 54-inch fabric, right? Now, what is our length? Our length is 36 inches. However, we also need to add increments for our top hem and our bottom hem. Now, how much we add for the top will depend on the treatment that or the heading that you are making. But we're just going to go ahead and use 4 inches double hem for the top, which would be 8 inches added to the top. That's 8, 9, 10, 4, carry 1. That's 44 inches. And for the bottom, we are going to add the same thing. 4 inches double hem. Now, if your window is not very tall, again, cut that in half and just use a 2-inch double hem, right? And so in that instance, it would be 2 times plus 2 equals 4, right? But here we will add 8 inches because we're doing a 4-inch double hem. Oh, over here, that's 52 inches. So your cut, it's what we refer to as cut length, right? Our finished length is 36 inches. That is the length we want when we're done stitching up our curtains, right? But our cut length is what we will cut to get to the finished length, right? And so our cut length is 52 inches. So we take this 52 inches, and how many pieces of this 52 inches do we need? We need 3 pieces. Remember we did that 3 widths across? So we need 3 pieces. We multiply the 52 inches by 3. 3 2s are 6. 3 5s are 15. So we have 156 inches. Now, our job now is to go ahead and find out how many yards of fabric we will need. And to do that, we will divide this 156 by 36 inches. So it's 156 divided by 36. Let's see how many times we can get 36 out of 156. That's 3 3s 9, 4 4 3s 12. 4 times. I think it's 4 times. So it's 4. 4 6s are 24. 4 3s are 12, 13, 14. Let's do that again to make sure we're doing it right. 4 6s are 24. 4, carry the 2. 4 3s are 12. 14, 144. So that's 2, 4, and 1. 4 from 5, 1. So that's 4.12. 4.12 yards of fabric. Now, I would say go ahead and round up that 4.12 to 4.5. So 4.5 yards of fabric should get you your cafe curtain. Now, if by chance you can get double width fabric, then all you need to do is to take this 52 here and divide it by 36, because they're 36 inches in a yard, and that's gonna be 1 4, carry 1, that's 6, 1.16 yards of the double width fabric that you would need. Let's round it up to 1.5 or 1.5 yards of fabric. So if you're using a 54-inch wide fabric, it's gonna be 4.5 or 4.5 yards that you will need for your cafe curtain. But if you are using a double width fabric, then you will need 1.5, 1.5 yards of fabric. Now that's just for the cafe curtain. If you want to do a valance to accompany your cafe curtain, that's another calculation that we maybe can get into another time, because I think this is enough to absorb in this session. Let me know what you think, guys. Please, I hope this is helpful to you. Please leave your comments below, like, share, and if you have not yet subscribed, there's plenty of room for you Your subscription is appreciated. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. I will see you again soon. Bye.